Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So I just did a video where I shared with you 10 bargain makeup products that have the prettiest or the nicest packaging, at least that I'm aware of. So I thought it'd be fun to share with you the bargain makeup items that have the worst packaging in my opinion. I'll have the other video linked down below, that way you can watch it when you're done watching this video. And this makeup look here is from a Chatty Get Ready With Me where we dive into the idea of clean beauty and whether or not it is a scam, you guys. So if it's up, I'll have it linked down below. If it's not, definitely be on the lookout. But if you are a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming on back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain makeup channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other makeup channels do. I just like to try to keep it in the bargain price point. So the closer to $1, the better. Please become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube and join the party. And of course, as we go through the video, definitely let me know what you agree with, what you don't agree with some of your products, where you hate the packaging. Definitely let me know down below in the comments section. You know, I enjoy talking to you all. And I'm getting so close to 10,000 Dollar Divas. It's just been an incredible journey, and you can definitely help me get there by sharing my content and telling people about my content if you think people would love my channel as much as you do. I would appreciate that so much. When I get closer, I'm going to be doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that as well. So yeah, I appreciate everything that my community has done for me. I'm so thankful to you all. And yeah, without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. These are in no particular order. So these came out a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, from LA Colors. These were at Dollar Tree, and some of you guys might remember these. And at the time, they were kind of cool and kind of cute. And as time has worn on, the packaging has just gotten super annoying. I really only dive into these when I'm doing when I'm trying to dupe a palette. Other than that, I really don't. But I am talking about the LA Colors. I can't remember exactly, the name's not on the back, but they're the LA Colors shadow books. I don't know if you guys remember these. I think I have all 3 color stories. So it's kind of cool in that it comes in this little cardboard container with this band around it so it doesn't open. That I don't mind. What's a little annoying is these tiny little pans, you guys. The color stories are really cool, and the quality isn't half bad either. This one here I always thought was really a nice dupe for the Nude Glam by Natasha Denona, with those neutrals, kind of a lot of cool tones. But the shadows themselves are really kind of nice. It's just trying to get a brush or even your finger in there to swatch is almost beyond possible. And as time goes on, I very rarely even go into them to dupe a palette just because they're a little bit annoying. Like I said, in some ways they're cute, and when they first came out, they really got our hearts. But as time has gone on, they're just a little bit impractical in that way. They're nice for travel and stuff because they are small and you do get a lot of different shades. But kind of for the day-to-day, I find them to be a little bit impractical. Okay, so another type of package that I hate, and it's not specific to any one product, these are just 2 examples. I hate a liquid product that comes in a dropper bottle. Now, what I'm not talking about is a product like a primer, something that's oily, like this type of a product here, or like this right here. These are great in a dropper bottle because they are a thinner consistency. But you know, anything thick like a foundation or a highlighter that comes in a dropper, it just doesn't do it for me. I really hate it. I so prefer a pump bottle. So I love these products, just hate a dropper bottle for a thicker product. I really wish they would just get rid of the droppers for thicker products like this and give us a pump bottle. So the next type of packaging, and again, this isn't specific to these products, but they're just 2 good examples that I have. So it's really nice when a compact for storage is flat. You can either stack them real easily, or you can place them in a row and they're really flat and flush. What I hate is plastic containers that are rounded on the top, because A, it's hard to stack them. I mean, you can, but there's just so much wasted space. I don't really understand the dome to begin with. And even when you stack them like this, and put them in a row, they take up, there could be another product in the middle of that with all the wasted space. So I just think a domed case, is just completely impractical storage-wise. I hate it. I wish they were all flat. And then another one, you guys. So Wet n Wild is really guilty of this. They've got some great lipsticks. They don't do all of their lipsticks like this, but I think they do their ones that are 99 cents or their cheapest price point lipsticks. It's just a, you know, regular container, but what they do is they kind of make it where it's longer on one side and shorter on the other. So if you don't put it exactly where it needs to go, you can't close it. I mean, it takes a second to figure it out, but it's still like, why? It doesn't make it look any better. A flat one would be just as fine. It's just like one layer of trouble that we don't need, you know what I mean? And this is kind of the same idea as well. I have got a lot of like eyebrow pencils that have like a spoolie on one side and the pencil on the other, and they both will have, they'll have caps on each one. A lot of them will have where each cap is the same size, so it doesn't really matter which side you put it on. One might be clear, one might be not clear, but it doesn't matter, they're the same size. This one here is annoying because, and you can actually see what I did, I wasn't thinking, and I put this one, the smaller one, on the pencil and smooshed it into there. So that's the one for the spoolie, it's shorter. The one for the pencil is longer. And again, does it take forever? Like, is it a whole big bother to check? Yes and no. Like, I mean, yes and no. I just hate that. I just wish they would always make them the same size. I just think plain and simple, just make them the same size. This one here is really minor, but it's still one of those things that really deserves a mention. And again, this isn't a knock on either of these products. I love both of these lashes, the LA Colors Dramatic Lash and the IONI. But if I had my druthers, so IONI, you know, they come in a box. Because, you know, a lot of us use these containers, they come in for storage of our lashes. And what I like about IONI is that you've got this little, it basically comes with a container, just kind of like Ardell. And so you get your lashes, and then you've got this lid that's on there, so you can put your lashes back in when you're done using them, and carry this around. This is a little bit more annoying. So LA Colors has their package, it's got a window, and of course with IONI you can go ahead and throw this away. So you pull it out, and it's got this little plastic thing here, but you really need to keep the cardboard box, and then you got to deal with all of this right here to put it back in, and then all of that right there, and of course, you know, getting that back in there, and of course you get this part here, whereas unless you cut it off, it's going to take up so much more space. So I'd rather have this right here than this whole thing right here. So it's just a little thing, but it makes a difference. I really think it makes a difference. And then this is another thing. This is just one of those things that gets really annoying. I kind of like it in theory, but I feel like it's not as practical. I sometimes hate these little rounded containers because sometimes you can't, this one here you can kind of stand up, it's got a little bit of bottom on it, but a lot you cannot. And that gets a little bit annoying sometimes if I'm in a little bit of a rush or I'm a little short on space. They just tend to, they'll roll. They'll just tend to roll more. And like I said, it's a little bit more of a hassle with like a liquid shadow or some other products. But yeah, I've really kind of gotten into where I hate this kind of rounded type of a vessel. Then this right here, these have been around since the dawn of time, and the product is kind of, it's okay. But the packaging is really terrible, and they have not yet changed it. The LA Colors Shimmering Loose Eyeshadows. So, I mean, like, this is fine. You know, that's fine. This little brush, like, nobody's gonna use. And then it has, like, this deep little hole in there. And I have made the mistake of throwing this brush away that I'm not going to use. But if you do, by God, all of that stuff will come out. So I wish that they would just, I don't know, change that packaging because it's really impractical. And I find that it kind of prevents me from pulling them out and using them. And so what I'll end up doing is I'll end up taking that out and tapping it on my counter. Yeah, like I said, I've made the mistake of throwing that little brush away, and it's made a mess all on the inside. Then when you open it, it spills everywhere. So just not a great design. Like I said, no one needs that brush. And so I think it's time. These have been around for so long, and they've looked the same since the dawn of time. Yeah, I think it's time that LA Colors revisits the packaging and the formulation of this product here and really gives us something better. This one here, so this is actually a high-end item, and I mentioned it in my last video. To be, you know, a 20 or probably now $30-something product, this is the absolute cheapest, worst packaging. It's the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Powder. It's just this really cheap plastic. Of course, it's rounded, which I hate, but it's just the cheapest plastic container. It's no better than something from the Dollar Tree. And it's just so cheap. I'm just shocked at how cheap the packaging is. When I got it, I was like, this is the cheapest. I mean, the product's really nice. The product's great. But the packaging itself is just very disappointing to be a high-end product. And then also here, I had a Dollar Diva that mentioned this. I think I had 2 in my last video. This one's not a good example because this one has stayed intact, but I've got a powder that I use as a bronzer, and I even had I think a concealer, and I've had a couple other products from e.l.f. that are in these like little plastic containers. Sometimes they're clear underneath as well, but these here are like notorious for breaking. Like I said, I had a Dollar Diva or 2 that mentioned the e.l.f. containers like this that just are notorious for breaking, where the lid is off. I've got my powder, it's in my work bag, and it's just so annoying. I hate that. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely show me you did by hitting the like button. Definitely check out my related content down below in the description box. Definitely let me know what you agree with, what packaging that you hate. You know, I always love to talk to you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.